Empires believe they are eternal, their kings build monuments, their rulers command armies, their banners rise above cities and deserts alike, and for a moment, they appear unstoppable. But history tells a different story. Every empire eventually becomes a ruin. Every kingdom becomes dust. Every throne becomes empty. The book of Daniel asks a question that still echoes across centuries. What if human civilization follows a pattern so ancient that entire empires unknowingly repeat it? Welcome to Code of Scripture. Today, in Code of Scripture, we open one of the most mysterious prophetic books ever written, a book of dreams, visions, beasts, kings, and warnings. This is Daniel, the dreams of empires. Daniel begins in Babylon. Jerusalem has fallen. Its people have been carried into exile. Its sacred city lies broken, to many. It appeared that history had already chosen its victor. Babylon ruled the known world. Its walls were legendary, its wealth unimaginable. Its king, Nebuchadnezzar, seemed untouchable. Yet Daniel enters the story with a different understanding. Kings rule nations, but something else rules history. Throughout the book, Daniel repeatedly interprets dreams that no one else can understand, not because he possesses secret power, but because he believes reality itself contains meaning. The visible world is only the surface. Beneath it exists a deeper pattern, a hidden architecture shaping events long before they unfold. One night, Nebuchadnezzar has a dream. A colossal statue stands before him. Its head is gold, its chest and arms are silver, its belly is bronze, its legs are iron, its feet are iron mixed with clay. Then something extraordinary happens. A stone appears, not cut by human hands. The stone strikes the statue. The entire structure collapses. Gold, silver, bronze, iron, all reduced to dust. The stone grows into a mountain that fills the earth. Daniel explains the dream. The statue represents successive kingdoms, empires rising one after another, each believing itself permanent, each eventually replaced. The message is unsettling. History is not random. Civilizations are chapters, not conclusions. No empire stands forever. No system escapes time. And perhaps the most dangerous illusion any civilization can believe is that it is the final one. Later, Daniel receives his own vision, and unlike the statue, this one is far more disturbing. 4 beasts emerge from a chaotic sea. The first resembles a lion with wings, the second, a great bear, the third, a leopard with multiple heads, the fourth cannot even be properly described. It is monstrous, terrifying. Unlike anything before it, the sea represents chaos, the unknown, the unconscious depths from which human systems emerge. And from these waters rise empires, not as noble kingdoms, not as enlightened civilizations, but as beasts. Why? Because Daniel sees something most rulers refuse to acknowledge. Power often behaves like appetite. It expands, consumes, conquers, devours. The beasts symbolize what happens when power grows disconnected from wisdom, when nations become driven by hunger rather than purpose, when expansion becomes more important than meaning. One of the most famous moments in Daniel occurs during a royal feast. King Belshazzar celebrates while surrounded by wealth and luxury. The empire appears secure, invincible, untouchable. Then a hand appears, a hand with no body, no explanation, no source, and it writes upon the wall. The king is terrified. No one can interpret the message except Daniel. The writing declares that Babylon has been measured, weighed, and found wanting. That very night, the kingdom falls. The symbolism remains powerful. Every civilization eventually encounters its own wall, its own moment of judgment, its own reckoning. Not necessarily divine punishment, but consequence. The accumulated weight of choices returning to meet their creator. Daniel's most famous story is often treated as a tale of survival, but beneath the surface lies another meaning. Daniel is thrown into a den of lions because he refuses to surrender his convictions. The lions represent fear, pressure, authority, the demand to conform. The world repeatedly asks Daniel to abandon what he knows, to compromise, to adapt, to obey. And repeatedly, he refuses. The miracle is not merely that Daniel survives. The miracle is that he remains himself, even when surrounded by forces designed to reshape him. The book of Daniel is not really about predicting specific events. It is about recognizing patterns. Empires rise, empires fall, power accumulates. Power corrupts. Civilizations convince themselves they are permanent. History proves otherwise. The beasts change names. The statues change materials. The kings wear different crowns. Yet the cycle continues. Daniel's vision suggests that history moves in rhythms, that beneath politics, wars, and headlines, certain patterns return again and again. Perhaps this is why the book remains so compelling, because every generation secretly wonders, which kingdom are we living in now? Which beast walks among us? And if the writing appeared on the wall tonight, would we recognize it before it was too late? Daniel looked at empires and saw patterns. He looked at power and saw appetite. He looked at history and saw repetition. The kings saw their kingdoms. Daniel saw their endings. And perhaps that is the true message hidden within the book. Not fear, not doom, but perspective. Because no empire is eternal, no ruler escapes time, and no kingdom built entirely upon power can stand forever against truth.